So this is HealthTech Nordic, and you are all members of our community. HealthTech Nordic is an Interreg finance project with our 6 project partners of Innovation Skåne, where I work. And my name is Margareta Valentén, and I am the main project manager for HealthTech Nordic. In Sweden, we have 3 more partners. We have Smile Life Science Incubator in Lund, Invest in Skåne in Malmö, and Sahlgrenska Science Park in Gothenburg. And in Norway, we have Norway HealthTech as partner, Science Park there, and the Science Park of HealthTech Hub Copenhagen in Denmark. And together we want to do everything that we possibly can to speed up your business development so you can grow your business and hire more people. As I said, today's agenda focuses upon sales. I will start with some general information from the project and our upcoming activities. And then Anders Persson from he used to work in the project before, but now you are at CAB Healthcare, and you will tell us about the insurance system here in Sweden, how it's organized, how you can grow your business through the insurance financed healthcare. After that, we will invite Micael Gustafsson, the CEO from Learning to Sleep. He's been with us ever since the beginning, 7 years ago, basically. This time he will speak about brand building and the importance of building your brand, even within health tech. And then sometime after 3, we will listen to Josef Fallesen from Vaam, and he will tell us more about how you can increase your sales and hit rate on cold calls by using video, and especially in combination with LinkedIn. Sorry for that. My mother is at the hospital right now, and I just got a telephone call, but it wasn't from the hospital. So maybe I have to be a little bit, I get a little bit distracted, but I hope you can cope with that. And latest 4 o'clock, we will say goodbye for now. HealthTech Nordic, as most of you know, we are a community that together create critical mass. And together we make the world change the way we give and perceive care. Together we can open doors. I know some doors, my colleagues knows other doors, our partner knows even more doors, and you, together with us, can open almost every door possible. And together we create this national and global attraction. We are almost 300 members in the community right now, the majority in Sweden and the Nordics, but also from around the globe. And today I know that we have some Finnish companies participating and more, and you are of course all welcome. I hope you all have seen our new improved site, where we can display you in a much better way than before. Our site is the project main megaphone for presenting your business opportunities to the world. And we are right now in the progress of changing the segmentation on the site. And we will get back to all of you so that you can look and see if the segmentation, how it best works with you. This time we will focus on the problem area that you are focusing upon. So we have expanded that a lot. And then of course also the 2 segments of users and buyers. Very often it's not the same, but more information on that to come. We also have a lot of upcoming activities. The last activity do from an outside perspective is at Tech Connect in the middle of November. And two of our member companies, MediLevel and Monsenso, will participate in the half-day session there. If you go to the webpage Tech Connect Europe, you can find a link to to attend. It doesn't cost you anything, and it's an exciting agenda. So please check that out. And then for spring, we are getting started on what to do at the Vitalis exhibition in Gothenburg. There is a conference program that will run parallel to the exhibition. And if you have good topics that you want to present at the conference, please go to the Vitalis site and enter a title and a short summary of what you want to talk about. They have not set a deadline for applying for the conference yet, but start thinking of it already now. We will also do something at the HIMSS Europe exhibition and conference in Helsinki in June. And somewhere there in between, we will have the HealthTech Nordic conference again. But more information on that to come. Looking a little bit closer, we have most probably on the 9th of November, the date might change, we will have a launch event for a Nordic market handbook. A handbook that is explaining how the different Nordic countries is working from a healthcare perspective, with information that is important for you to at least keep a little eye on when you are thinking of expanding your business into any of the neighboring countries. And then we have also 2 more community meetings coming up. And here I want to ask you what you want us to talk about. What topics would you like to see on the community meetings? You can type it in the chat or just send an email to any of us in the project organization. Very often we have a big ear so that we can listen to what we think you need, but it's always better to know what you want to hear. So please tell us. I also have another shout out from us in the project. We need your help. We have an hypothesis in the project that the introduction of your digital solutions will have a positive impact on the society, the societal effect on the world. And we want to evaluate this societal impact and have chosen to work with your results for clinical studies. So if you have any clinical studies that are done on your solutions, please let us know. We know quite a few of you have those clinical studies done already, but we are searching for more. We have hired a consultant that will start to dig into the details of those studies and see if we can correlate your business ideas and business opportunities to a global measurement called QALY. And if this hypothesis comes out true, you can use it in your marketing efforts, and we can also use it from a project perspective to shout out into the world that you make a change. So please let us know if you have clinical studies available on your solution. Write it in the chat or send me or any of the other people in the project an email. And then I have a request from one of our members. It's the Gothenburg company Gnosco. They are looking for other companies that have business going on in UK. We know a few of you have it already, but we might have missed it. If you have it, please type in the chat. or connect to Daniel Eliasson at Gnosco. And a few more things that might be of interest for you. We had 2 weeks ago, we had an investor forum, our Capital Days. And in these Capital Days, we were using the platform Crowdwork as a connecting area where you can present your company and investors can look at you. We will, and there you can connect and start talking as well. We will continue to use Crowdwork as a communication tool and connecting tool for investors and you onwards. So we want you to continue register your companies on Crowdwork and also update the info. We will continue to add investors to Crowdwork, and hopefully this will come out very, very good for all parties. So if you haven't found out how to get to Crowdwork yet, please contact the closest HealthTech Nordic representative and we will help you. There is information on Slack as well on this. And then please don't forget our regulatory navigation support that we provide for you. That saves you time, money, where you can find your intended use and plan your regulatory runways through the tools of lean entries and entries. We also have this multi-user agreement with CIS standards that you can free of charge have access to. Apply to Susanne Hatchberg for more information. And I know Elida will put her email in the chat here for you. We have 40 relevant international standards available for you to use in the regulatory navigation work and also in your quality assurance work. And right now there is also an offer, maybe you can call it, for a free membership if you are interested in UK to this MedTech Launchpad. And there is more information on this on Slack as well. Just scroll up a little bit in the flow and you will find information. And as you probably have gotten understood by now, Slack is our main channel of communicating with you. So if you haven't got access to Slack yet, apply for it or get access from Susanne. A few more things and then it's your turn, Anders. This picture here, to me, represents my feeling of how difficult it can be to find information about HealthTech Nordic. Where to go? Where are our offers? Who is your contact person, etc. And we are now in the process of trying to fix this. And later on in November, you will receive information of a new platform where we will gather all information. It is the HealthTech Nordic knowledge base, and you will receive information through email and also on Slack how to get access to this. And here it will be easier for you and also for us in the project to find information on contacts, to find a library of content, recordings from our community meetings. There will be access to Slack, access to Crowdwork, and also different offers that we have. So more on knowledge base to come. And just a sneak peek, this is what the library of content could look like. where we have all different recordings from the community meetings and workshops and so on, so that you can find it when you need it, and also I can direct you where to go. So HealthTech Nordic knowledge base is something that will make my life and your life so much easier, hopefully. And then we have the unconference. Every Friday we meet, a few of us, those who wants. We talk about whatever you would like to talk about, and it's a nice occasion to just be with each other and talk about the important things that is top of mind right now, and come up with solutions and tips and helps and so on. And you have an invite in your calendars for this, and also you find the information on Slack. That's all from me. I will stop presenting, and I've seen that things have happened in the chat. I will take a look at it and also listen to Anders when you introduce yourself, CAB Healthcare, and the insurance, the finance, the healthcare system in Sweden. The floor
Thank
is
you so much. Thank
Hi
you
there.
so much. Well, thanks for the invitation to be here today, and I must say it feels very special to once again be here. As being a part of the team who set HealthTech Nordic up, it feels extra special to be here again. And clearly, my own effort lies many years back in time. So the current team of HealthTech Nordic deserves all the credit and glory for what it's now become, and I'm ever so impressed. And it's also, of course, nice to see all of you companies that I have followed through years, and I have still followed you, and I'm again ever so impressed about all the success you have performed. And clearly, success doesn't come for free. It takes a lot of effort, and I know there's a lot of hard work involved. So it's a really great job there. And well, I'm here today with my colleague Andres Kuschler, who will present himself, and he will help me to give you a more detailed presentation of how it works. I would like to share my screen, so I hope that will work. Let's see.
We are recording this community meeting, and also I will get your slides, Anders, right?
Yes, no
So we
problems.
will share the slides with you also.
Sure, no problems. I will send
Thank
it to
you.
you afterwards. So yeah, I'm here to talk about how insurance-based healthcare works and how that could be an opportunity for you guys. Just before I start, a little bit about myself, and also a little bit about Andres. You can of course present yourself. Myself, have a background from the health tech, from the lab tech industry, and after that worked a couple of years at Sahlgrenska Science Park, where I met the great team here today, and we worked together on HealthTech Nordic. After that, I was a couple of years at RISE Research Institutes, where I worked with how to make the institutes more accessible for smaller companies. But I really wanted to get back to working in smaller companies, so I'm now back in the field of health tech, and that's really great. Andres, do you want to say something about yourself?
Hi everybody, Andreas, nice to be here. I got the invitation yesterday, and I found out this morning that it was supposed to be in English, so I had basically to relearn English in a few hours. So I think you'll understand me. I work as a key account manager. I've been working with Curalink, our company, for 5 years, and I have a background in sales in IT companies, media companies, and I have a master in social science. I actually work for the Swedish health security service. So, and I will show you the system a little bit more when Anders is done with his presentation. So nice to be here.
Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, great. So, well, what is CAB Healthcare and Curalink? So, well, Curalink is a platform, and you could describe it as a network where we offer cooperation, communication, booking, and follow-up of care matters within. Well, today we work mostly in the field of insurance-based care, but we also work in other fields. And my mission at Cap Healthcare is to see how we can expand and to create value in other areas, such as, for example, public health. So it's on the network you can find specialists, or you could display your own services and make them available for those who book health, like the insurance companies. And on the platform itself, it's creates automated processes so that you can sort of save time and also be made visible clearly, and in a safe way for both yourself, patients clearly, and for those who interact with you. And so a little bit about our role as well. Healthcare, well, insurance-based care in Sweden is well, we have a special role in that system, since we are, you could say, the standard in how these bookings are made, since well, some of our owners today are the bigger insurance companies, and they have sort of preferred to use our platform as their main source of well, flows for this kind of visit. So if you're interested in this sector, it's more likely that you will come across our platform in some part. And that's also of course an opportunity for you to be present there, if you are interested in making in that field of care, you could say. So our market today, we are present in Sweden, Norway, and Denmark, and our customers are around 1,300 caregivers, all from very big ones to small one person companies. Care orders, I'm not sure if that's a good English word, but that could be insurance companies or what we call network partners, working for others book these kind of visits, and those orders, as I said, it encompasses the for example the bigger insurance companies, but it could also be others. We have we are part of. We also work with occupational health, so that could be companies, for example, ordering health for their employees. We integrate with journal system and financial systems to make sure that you don't have to, well, do things twice when you work in different systems.
Anders,
yes.
Could you give an example of those 1,300 caregivers? What type of?
Sure. It can be all from the what you call physical caregivers as the bigger ones, like well, Aleris or Atleva. All the big ones are in the system. The private hospitals, you could say.
Capio.
And it could also be some of the members of HealthTech Nordic are actually on the system, where you could offer an offer digitally that the insurance companies can book. And for example, an electronic program or whatever that they would like to assign to the patient. Well, that's an answer to your question?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Great. Thank you for helping me to clarify this. So thank you a lot. And well, just an overview of the functionality. It's clearly working under a high level of security because we're dealing with personal information. So it's in accordance to both GDPR and PDL. But the main thing is clearly the search engine, where we can display providers and what we call resources, which is physical people. So if you're a medical doctor with a special with your specialty, that is you describe yourself in very high level of detail what your expertises are, if you can treat children or not, for example, and if you could what value you can add, and that makes you visible for those that are looking for that certain kind of specialty. It's transparent. We all sometimes describe ourselves as a football pitch, where we make sure that the ones ordering care and those delivering care can meet and interact in a good way, and we make sure that the football pitch is well lit in all in its all, and that it doesn't lean on any side, so that the players can interact in equal terms. But we don't set up the rules. That is between you and your partner. The agreement between those that order care and those that perform it is between you and those partners. We interact with a lot of systems, so that again, you don't have to do things twice. And it's a very powerful reservation tool that makes it easy for you to make yourself visible and for others to book your services. Yeah, that's about it. Again, we don't make the agreements between yourself and the caregiver. So being on CareLink doesn't automatically lead to business within the insurance company, the insurance field. But you can reach clients on CareLink and use that as a platform to reach out. And Andres will show you a little bit more on that. So I think it's in order for you to understand a little bit more in practice how the flows actually works. I will hand over the word and the picture and the word to Andres. So over to you.
Thank you very much, Anders. I will show you a simple example, because CareLink is a quite complex system. There are a lot of functionalities, but I will show you the difficult case, just a person need of healthcare. So I will start by showing you the interface of the clinic side in the system.
And the reason why we show you the system is not that we are proud of the system, but it actually helps you to understand how the flows work. So that's the reason we actually show you this level of detail.
This is a new clinic. The first thing you have to do is show your offer. So this is in Swedish. Unfortunately, we don't have a business in England so far. Resources. The clinic needs to put in or show the resources in the system by adding it here. So here we have doctor, the name, and all the specialities that this doctor possesses. This is general medicine. We have services like online consultation, orthopedic, psychiatry. So it's very important to do your homework when you have a new account in CareLink. Put out your offer meticulously in order to be seen and receive patients. Then we have a network of demanders. This is insurance companies. And here you have all the companies or the demanders in our system. And you see this new clinic. Some cases, there's a green dot. That means that you are categorized and visible by this company called Accident. Then we have another insurance company called Bliva, and you are still red to Bliva. That means that they might have seen you, but they haven't categorized you. It's very important to have a connection or an agreement or relationship with an insurance company in order to receive patients. We are just a tool. We won't give you patients. We can give you connection with the insurance company. So my advice to everyone is to call all the companies here, establish a relationship, and be green and be bookable. Finally, we are ready to receive patients now. We have a calendar, and here we can provide, or we can fill in all the time slots for all the doctors. And this is what the insurance company eventually will see if they look in your clinic, in your calendar. So the insurance company will make a direct booking here. It's also possible to receive patients without bookings. An insurance company can give a kind of a voucher to the clinic. That means basically a message: take care of this patient, all right, and the clinic makes the reservation. But the standard way is to show your times, and the insurance company will make a reservation. This was the interface of the clinic. Now I will give you a case. We will go to the insurance company. Today I will call my insurance company. Today it's called Accident. I have a little bit of a stomach problem, so I will call the operator for Accident, and probably a nurse working there will take the call, and she will ask me, what's your problem? Yeah, I have a stomach ache, something, I don't know what it is. I've had it for a few days. Then she will register a new errand, a specific errand for me, for my diagnosis. So here is register. So I have to fill in my name, it's Andres. We have an insurance errand number. It's up to the company to decide. We have my date of birth. Preferably, I will give my email, because the patients will receive notifications once the booking is done. So it's very transparent, including also for the patient. And I can receive an SMS as well when everything is done. All right, save. We're almost done. This is the view, the interface. This is how an errand looks. Here we have all the private information about me. And now we are ready to make a reservation, to book a doctor for me. So press this button, book. And here you have some options. First of all, you have to pick the city. Where do you live? I live in Gothenburg. Then specialty. What's your problem? I have a stomach ache, so I need maybe a doctor in general medicine for the first visit. So we can filter now by city and general medicine. If we know the name already of the clinic, I know a good clinic, I'd like to go to that clinic, we can add the exact clinic. If I even know the doctor I want to meet, there is a possibility of even choosing doctor. And now the insurance company, before press the search button, they can filter if they want what kind of categorization of the clinic they look for. So it's normal to start with high priority. We have middle priority, low priority, and we have good enough. Let's look for good enough clinics. And type of visit, do we want a physical visit, a telephone visit, a telephone consultation, or video call? No, I need to see the doctor. All right, next. And here, Curalink, the system, will present all general medicine specialists, doctors in Gothenburg. We have a possible tomorrow, say 9 o'clock. And here's the doctor, Karin Svensson. All right. And now, before we press the book button, we need to give the clinic some information. So here, what's the symptom? Stomach ache. And here, we can give the patient the possibility of canceling the visit or rebooking. It's also a possibility to make the patient rebook by himself. And the clinic, cancel, rebook. All the information about our visit. And now, last button. And now, the reservation has been done. This is now what we see as the insurance company. We have a reservation tomorrow, 9 o'clock. And the clinic, they have more or less, as you saw before, the same view. So they will have exactly the same information on exactly the same spot in their interface. This was the basic.
Most of our members, they have digital solutions that will not be bookable for a video chat or a meeting with a doctor. How would those kinds of solutions get into this system?
We have all kinds of integrations. So one integration could be, for instance, if we work with a company that offers video consultations online for the general public. It's a well-known company. So if you call that company can generate this voucher, for instance, and send directly to the patient. Or sometimes the booking doesn't even occur in our system. It's just a way of finding the right clinic and send a message, take care of this patient, send the voucher to the clinic. The voucher can be sent to the patient. So there are a lot of variations in how you can use this platform. The example I showed was the basic, the one that started everything 16 years ago. But we have all kinds of integrations today with Dr. 24, Kry, all those famous brands. So the basic is that our framework can connect a supplier with the demander, with the demand side. And then in order to make it, to match their kind of business, everything is doable, I would say.
I can just add to what Andres just said. Yesterday we looked into the some of the caregivers that I actually know is in HealthTech Nordic, and I won't mention who they were, but we looked on. But I can say that they are offering digital solutions that doesn't really need interactions with people, and in this case, the sort of it was made available for the patient just by a message from the insurance company to that caregiver that we now have a patient for you, and then this company sort of was given sort of a voucher to give to the patient. So it's absolutely possible, and it works like that today.
We have a few questions in the chat here. Søren wants to know, how do we sign up? How do they get into your system? Do they talk with the insurance companies or they talk with you?
They talk with us. They talk with us, and we will send them a more thorough presentation of everything. And if they like what they read, we put them in the system and give them an account. And then we always help them out in giving them information about how to contact the insurance company, as I did. We have web education, if anyone wants that. We have manuals with everything already in the system. So we help the clients the way they need, but they contact us if they want more information.
And then Glenn wants to know a schematic of the business model for Curalink. Who pays who, and what do they pay, and how is the transfer being made? You said you have solved the transfer in your platform, but just a quick one on that.
Are we talking about our clients, how they pay to each other, or we're talking about our role or payments to us? Or was it between
I don't know. Glenn, are you there? Maybe you can clarify. He has written here, would love to see a schematic of the business model for Curalink. Who pays who? Who transfer data with who? Where does money and data transaction occur?
All right.
I can try to explain, and you will help me out there, Andres. But first of all, the picture about the football pitch is a good one because both sides pay. So the insurance company pay for their part, and you pay for your part, and it's you pay per what we call tick. So when you are assigned, you pay a small fee for that assignment. So it's pay for use really.
And volume based.
Yeah, and if you maybe you can describe the part of the payment to the ordering company, the insurance company, Andres.
We have an invoice module in our system. It's 4 or 5 years old, and it's a lot of clients use it more every year, and that means that they basically put in all their offer, all their treatments, whatever they offer, the price list for every insurance company, and once finishing the treatment with a patient, there's a simple way of, in 30 seconds more or less, make an invoice, send it to the insurance company in a GDPR digital secured way, of course. But then the payment, we step aside. We have nothing to do with the payment. So that has to be done directly. And with integrations with the economy system, they can make their bokföring, So we have a good invoice system for clinics to pay or make invoices to the insurance companies.
And you take a little tick for each booking that is being made. Healthcare.
Everything is volume based, so we take a little bit for every invoice. It's a few kronor to us.
Is it a little bit like Wellnet or Friskvård, but for healthcare?
No, this is not. No, for the main the typical patient in our system, let's say, has a insurance that their job pays for an insurance, like I do. I have Skandia, for instance, and Curalink pays for it every month. So that's what you need. And there's been a lot of controversy about that in Swedish debates, in political debates, whether this is good or not. But I think we've seen a development where this is a good complement to the standard healthcare. So that you need an insurance. But as Anders said, that was the base of our system, insurance companies. Nowadays, it could be Volvo ordering health checks. So basically, you can use our platform for anything you like. You have a provider, and you have someone that demands it.
Is there a ranking system included in your system?
A what?
A ranking.
Yes, the insurance companies, for example, those who order, they can rank their suppliers, for example, by how they exceed their performance, but also in terms of what agreements they have with them, or if they prefer to have regionally close ones, they can also rank them in different ways. But also, every time a patient are receiving some kind of treatment, they are able to rank the service they receive. So it's also displayed for both sides how the patient experienced their service.
Is there a bid system included here, so that you as our members as a health care provider can bid to, hey, I want this, and then overbid someone else or so?
No, that's not.
It's the way to be seen is, as Anders explained, is to describe yourself in as a good way as possible, and then when an insurance company looks for something that you could offer and you have a good relationship with them, they will find you.
So the way for our members to go at this business opportunity is that they should contact you to get to register on the Curalink platform. What demands or what criteria do you have for that? Is there anything that they must have this or that business, or have a CE marking, or whatever it is? What are your thresholds?
At least you must offer the specialities or the kind of disciplines that exist in the system. That means that you either a doctor, physiotherapist, naprapat, all this field. You're a psychologist, psychiatrist. Yeah, and we have that.
We have a service that
we have that in our presentation. A few years ago, there were only doctors. Then came the psychologist. A few years ago, the physiotherapist. Now we have the health checks. Maybe in 2 years we have massage. I don't know. So we have no. We could put in something totally new if there is someone that wants to book it, and a few clinics that offers it. So just call us and we'll see.
Yeah.
This, yeah.
We have your contact information, so we will spread it among our members here. So I hope that a lot of them will contact you. But once you're on the platform, then you also need to talk to all the insurance companies.
Yeah.
So it's a twofold: get into your platform, talk to the insurance companies, so that they can start directing clients, patients to their solution. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you have the list of the insurance companies available on the platform, so it's relatively easy to find who to call and go back.
Yeah. Yes.
We have a very specific question here. Do you have imaging centers or pathology labs on your books?
Well, I would say it's difficult to answer. I cannot answer that actually. I have seen a lot, so it wouldn't surprise me if there were. But I could say that if, again, as Andrew said, if you have an insurance company or another source that books care that demands it, it could be made visible on the system.
Yeah.
So, for example, if an insurance company wants to book an imaging center, then clearly they can book it through our system. No problem.
So Curalink is the platform used in Sweden, Norway, and Denmark for insurance companies to find care providers.
The main system in Sweden, or the only system in Sweden, and we have some business in Denmark and Norway, so they have complementary stuff there. But we exist in those countries. Yeah. And
it is both the physical meeting, the digital solutions, providing, etc. You cover everything, and you are expanding your business, trying to get hold of the public healthcare providers as well.
Yeah, we are looking into if we can create value at least. So we are ever so keen on sort of understanding how we can do that. That's sort of where we are at the present. So if anyone would like to discuss that, I'm more than happy to discuss it.
Yeah, and then where my mind just went blank. So by being on Curalink, maybe when you have gotten your business with the private that can also be the springboard for Nordic members.
Yes.
Great. We have a few more questions in the chat, but unfortunately our time is running up. I am sure that Glenn, please talk to Anders directly to ask about this with Falk and SOS, or Anders and Andres, maybe you can type an answer in the chat as well.
Sure.
Yeah, or mail the questions directly to Anders, and we'll give you a.
Yeah, but by writing here in the chat, then everyone available in this meeting will see the answer as well.
I will look now.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I have learned a lot, and I hope that the rest of you have learned equally much, because I didn't have a clue before. Now I have a little clue. This was interesting. Glenn answers here. Yelp for healthcare.
Thanks a lot for
allowing us to be here. Yes,
yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So let's change venue a little bit. Cab Healthcare and their platform Curalink provides an opportunity for you to display your business opportunity. Now let's focus on you. How can you build your brand, and why is brand building important in the health tech field? Micael at Learning to Sleep, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
You are always here. It's so
Fantastic.
amazing. I think you have been to all our community meetings that we have had over the years. It's really impressive.
Yeah, well, almost. But
Oh.
yes, I have attended most of them, yes.
Yeah. And I know that you said that you never know when those 2 minutes that will change your life, when those 2 minutes will appear. And by not being at a community meeting, you might miss that chance. So I think that's a very good reason to be here, because you might pick up something that will definitely change.
Exactly.
Yeah. How about brand building? Please tell us, why is that important in health tech?
Yeah, I will. And by coincidence, I actually have a presentation about it. So yeah, I promised to talk a bit about building a brand and our journey towards that. And actually, we just changed our whole identity and logo and everything. So I will focus a bit on the journey that took us from our old you could see graphical profile to the new one, because that was part of the brand building. And I will also reflect a bit about is it important to build a brand or not, and when should you start doing it, and when shouldn't you, and what can you do if you don't have a lot of money to spend on agencies and consultants and stuff. I will try to get through all that in a short period of time. So just very short about learning to sleep. Margareta, you have to shout out if you can't see any slides or something.
It looks good.
Great. So what do we do? Well, normally I said that we are kind of a digital sleep clinic. We have people who have bad sleep. Most of them are diagnosed with insomnia. To get better, we have a digital product consisting of an app and a backend system to help those people to get better. And we do that with great results. 94% of our patients actually gets validated sleep improvement. So that's more or less best in the world when it comes to sleep treatment using psychology. So that was the short version of us. Brand building, and first of all, I think you kind of need to reflect on what do you mean by building a brand and why should you do it. And most people think of brand building when you talk about these large brands like Coca-Cola or H&M and or if we are in the healthcare industry, Pfizer or any of the big pharma companies. But actually, a brand is also something that I think most companies need to relate to, because that's also kind of the trademark of your company. So even if you are a startup, of course you have a brand, you have decided on a name and a brand, and that kind of gives you also the whole setup and the whole what should we say, space that you and all your colleagues should be in. And I think that when thinking of that, you also realize that your brand is important, but you also realize that you need to do a lot of stuff in order to build your brand in a bit more structured way than you normally do. And I mean, when we started Learning to Sleep, we just said that, okay, this is a good name, we like it, and we just started without really thinking of what it is that we want to show and how we want to do it. And we have kind of been forced to do all those exercises after we kind of created the brand, which wasn't really ideal. But I mean, that's probably the normal way. That's probably the way most companies actually do it. So most of you are probably already in a company with a brand, and you have tried different things. Some of you are probably might be in large corporations with well-known brands who have spent a lot of money on brand building. That's great. But I guess that the majority of you who are listening now don't have those huge amounts of money to spend on building brands, and you still sit in your office thinking that, okay, what should we do? We need to get well known amongst our clients. How do we do it with a limited budget? So there are some things that I think you should kind of start to connect your brand to. First of all, most companies have some sort of a roadmap for the future. So my advice would be that start by looking at your roadmap before you start thinking of how to build your brand, because the roadmap will tell you how important it will be in different phases. And your roadmap also probably points you in a direction towards the business model, and the business model will also kind of affect your choice of road towards brand building, because there are huge differences between building a brand towards the B2B within B2B or building a brand within B2C. And of course, if you are in B2C, you have a much more expensive and, I would say, complicated brand building road in front of you. So if you are aiming towards building a B2C brand, you really need to think of what you are doing in every step and how you spend your marketing money.
You started as a business to consumer.
Sorry, Margareta.
You learning to sleep. You started as a business to consumer idea, didn't you?
Yes.
And then you moved to business, and now you're something in between, or?
In between.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could say that. I mean, my experience, my professional experience before I got into learning to sleep was mainly within B2B. But we are still in Sweden B2C focused. I mean, we acquire all our patients that we treat by ourselves. So we are B2C. But when we are scaling up now, going abroad into the UK, we will focus on building ourselves as a B2B company. And that has to do with a lot of things that we actually found out when we started talking about our brand, and maybe 2 years ago, when we decided that, and actually that was not a very structured process from the beginning, because we just decided that we were kind of tired of our old logotype. So we decided, no, maybe we should just change our brand identity because we want something else. So we started to talk about it, and then we realized that, well, just changing the logo won't change anything. So we started to dig deeper into some different areas of our company and our core values and stuff like that. And we realized that we will probably never have the bank account you need to build a brand that is well known internationally. Some companies have done it quite well, but those companies are very, very few, and most of them have been backed by a lot of money, or they have just been lucky in timing or something. So at the moment we're actually working in both directions, but in long term we will become probably a B2B solution company and kind of go from B2C to B2B, even though we are somewhere in the middle of those two right now, as you say, Margareta. And I mean that is also connected to what you're selling. So if your end user or end customer is a private person, then you're probably B2B, B2C, and then you need to figure out how to find those customers in the most cost-efficient way. I will get back to that. Also, of course, it also depends on what type of market you're on, because if you're on the Swedish market, you can act in. It's of course easier. That's at least my native language. So communication and branding will become easier. So in 99% of all cases, you normally say that, okay, you build your brand in your home market and then you expand to other markets. And that's probably true also within healthcare, with some exceptions. And that's, of course, profitability. The Swedish healthcare market isn't that profitable for most, I would say, digital health companies. And the challenge is that it will probably not be a high margin market in many years. So for most of us, we need to go abroad, and then we need to figure out what type of market we want to approach. And at some point, you need to decide if we want to go to the US. Do we want to go B2C? That's great. If we are on a very niched market, that's fine with limited budget. But if you are on a large market like us, then you probably need at least 50 million euros on your bank account. And if you don't have that, well, then you need to figure out other ways to build your brand. Then there's time. How much time do you have? The more time you have, the better, of course. Normally you don't have that much time because you have investors that are pressing you towards all those KPIs that they want you to deliver, and that means that we need to be smarter when it comes to brand building, and we really need to know what we do. And I mentioned money, so I've said it 10,000 times now that B2C will cost you loads of money. B2B is probably money-wise, at least initially, cheaper. And then it goes down to maybe the most important factor in this, and that's people. Who do you have on your pay list? What's your own knowledge and experience? If you are really knowledge within B2B, how to build a B2B brand, I would advise you to figure out how to build a B2B business model, because that will make it 10 million times easier for you to build something out of your own knowledge instead of trying to learn how the B2C market works and how branding on B2C works, because it has taken me a lot of time to understand how we brand ourselves towards the B2C markets, since I have all my experience from B2B, and I'm still learning, and that's of course fun, but it also costs time and money. So best thing is actually if you can stick to things that you're already familiar with. So how did we do it to change our brand? I said that in the ideal world, you do this first, and then you decide on your roadmap and your brand building. We didn't do that. We just got tired of our logotype and started to try to figure out how to create a new graphical profile. That's how it's all started. And then, of course, as all startup, you end up watching YouTube movies with Simon Sinek, and you start to talk about why do we exist. And we did that as well. And it's actually quite good to do that. So for those of you who haven't watched those YouTube videos and TED Talks with Simon Sinek, I really recommend it, because it is still valid. We need to understand why do we exist. That's probably the most important factor when it comes to brand building in a smart and cost-efficient way. And then, of course, out of the why, you can create your vision and mission and all that. But the why is so essential for a startup that you really need to know that. Otherwise, the brand building activities will actually just cost you a lot of money and a lot of time without knowing that they will give any result. After that, we created a brand identity map, and this is something I can share my slides afterwards if someone is interested of that through Margareta or something.
Please send them to me and I make sure that everyone gets hold of them.
Yeah. And you're recording this. I'm stupid.
Yeah.
You can just watch the recording afterwards.
Yeah, but sometimes it's boring to sit there and listen. I just want to flip through the slides instead.
Yeah. So we created a brand identity map, which was a very good exercise for us. We did it all together at the company, and then we realized that actually people within your own staff, even my co-founder, we had different views on, for instance, the type of relation we should have with our clients and so on. So that's a really good exercise to do. And also, of course, agree on what type of identity and tonality do you want in your communication. That's part of your brand, because everyone working for you is part of your brand, also your employees and yourself, of course. So we can skip that. What we also did was that we talked a lot with our patients. I mean, we have treated almost 3,000 people in Sweden, so we actually called 10 of them, talking about what was good, what was not good, trying to figure out what type of persons they were. And from that, we could create a number of personas that we used also in figuring out how we should create our brand or recreate our brand. And that gave us some sort of map on that was a very good thing to give to the agency that later on did all the new graphical profile work and so on. And I will not talk a lot about that. Those of you who knows us see that we have kind of changed our logotype and everything. So when it comes to branding, you also very often talk about media. And as a startup, you are always very conversion driven. We are that as well. And we spend about 80% of our marketing budget on conversion activities, mainly social media, and 20% is brand building activities. And if you read the textbook, you should actually do the opposite. You should spend 20% on conversion-driven activities and 80% on brand building. But when you have those KPIs and everybody wants you to measure everything, I for myself know how hard it is to dare not to spend most of the marketing budget on AdWords or Facebook ads and so on. But we are slowly changing from spending most of the budget on conversion and social media to more brand building activities, which will be good for us in long term. Yeah, this is more how we expose ourselves on Facebook and on the net. Let's skip that. So to conclude this, I thought yesterday on, okay, what have we done that hasn't worked out well? So some don'ts. Well, if you don't have patience, you shouldn't really invest in brand building, because building a brand will take time, and it will take more time than you expect. You will misjudge, as I've written here, the time it takes to build your brand and to get the effect that you want. Also try to avoid to buy media in the last day. I mean, people call me all the time saying that, oh, you will get like 80% discount if you just buy an ad in my paper or something. Don't do that, because just stick to your plan. And don't overestimate the impact of marketing. It's so easy to go to an investor saying that, oh, now we have 2 million in our marketing budget, so we will get that phenomenal hockey stick effect on our sales after summer, and 9 times out of 10 that won't happen. So just because marketing is a long-term activity, so it will gain you sales in long term, but not that much as you expect in short term. That's at least my learning. And if you don't have any money, I mean, we have been doing this for so long time with a very small marketing budget. We have a bit more money now, but traditionally we haven't had that much money to spend. So what can you do that doesn't cost anything? Well, we have been on all conferences, all HealthTech Nordic community meetings, for instance, but also other types of conferences where you can talk to people, tell about your brand and what to do. You can also attend conferences that actually has nothing to do with healthcare, because probably you have clients there or potential clients. You can write stuff to newspapers and articles. Opinions are good. You can, of course, be active on social media. You know that. A thing that people very often forget is to talk to your customers or potential customers and get them to help you to market your service or product. Use your friends. You have a lot of friends. Everyone have a network. Just ask them, can't you just share our blog posts or our social media posts? You should be part of communities, and I think another important thing is to be a stalker towards journalists that writes about health solutions, for instance. At some point, they will get tired of you and write that article that you want them to write for you. That was kind of a conclusion. I mean, I always end with the most important thing that I have learned from life, and that is to never work with people that you hate, because normally they disappoint you. And that's still true. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Micael. If you have any thoughts on reflections of what Micael have presented, now I see you. Yeah, can we get back to you? Can we see you again, Micael? That would be great. There you are. Yes, perfect. Yes. Then please just type in the chat. Oh, here we got something from Noreen. What kind of business-to-business marketing techniques can you use to sell a service or product like yours?
Well, our strategy future-wise will actually be to go through partners instead of selling direct to consumer, because we will never get the financial capability to build our brand. We can see that. We can, of course, have a land post somewhere, like we're doing a campaign in London right now, just to prove that we actually can treat people in the UK. But next step will be pure B2B towards everything from private psychologists to healthcare providers in the UK. Not NHS, I would say, because I have realized that's a nightmare. So we will avoid that. But everyone else, yeah.
But are you working out of platforms similar to what Anders and Andres was talking about before? Are you on there? What was the Cura link, for instance? Are you there?
No, we're not. No, we're not. I'll give it a second thought. I mean, we have 2 years ago, we were actually in contact with all the Swedish insurance companies, and they didn't find it very exciting with sleep. So we decided to spend time on other actors that were more interested. But maybe that has changed. So,
but then at least you evaluated the insurance business
yes, absolutely.
And
absolutely.
Conclusion, no.
Yeah.
Then How important would you say that LinkedIn is to you? Because a lot of those do things that you had in your list is stuff that you can do on LinkedIn. You can do blogs and you can post things and you can market yourself. How important is LinkedIn for you?
In Sweden right now, not important at all, because LinkedIn is, I would say that we have tried LinkedIn. It doesn't work for us when it comes to B2C marketing. But when we will go into new markets in other countries, we will use LinkedIn because that it's a great tool for B2B marketing. And I know a lot of B2B SaaS companies that you only uses LinkedIn, both for more generic or general marketing, but also, of course, to find specific customers, because in LinkedIn you can find, I can find a psychologist in Santa Monica on LinkedIn if I want to do that. So future-wise, LinkedIn will probably be important for us. The more B2B we get, the more LinkedIn we will use. But at the moment we're B2C, and our target group are mainly women 35 to 60-ish, which means that 80% of our 80% of our marketing spend goes to Facebook.
I understand, yeah. We picked up on LinkedIn that you are working in this brand building with a company in Sweden called Futency.
That's right, yes.
How much help have you received from them, and how much of this work that you presented here have you done yourselves?
I would say that all the wise stuff and all that Simon Sinek stuff that we did, we have done ourselves. We had an internal workshop around that, and we also created a very good, I would say, brief for agencies. We were, for once in a while, we were quite structured, I would say. So we did a very good brief for agencies, and then we went to 3 different agencies here in Malmö, because we thought it was important for us to have someone that we could just go over and have a coffee and talk to. And Futency came with the best results, and they were also the most engaged. But they said that they could do a good job because we had done all that why and mission and vision and what type of tone do we want to have, and so on in advance, and then they did the rest.
Were they expensive?
No, I wouldn't. I mean, what is expensive?
It was worth the investment. That's what you're saying.
But I mean, it was definitely worth the money. Yeah. And compared to other agencies that I have worked with historically, I would say that they weren't over expensive. They were no, it was okay. It was okay.
We got a question here, the last one before we leave this subject here. How much do you invest in evergreen social media like blog and Pinterest and so on?
Not that much. I mean, we have a very active blog on our homepage that has created a lot of traffic to us. But then we started to measure how much conversions we got from the blog, and we kind of realized that we don't get any conversions at all, more or less. We have invested a lot of time in writing blog posts, but we are cutting down on that right now. Pinterest is kind of a white area for us. We haven't been active there, but I realized that we probably could do something there in order to get visibility. But it's always a matter of time and resources and how to prioritize amongst them. So yeah.
And also this borderline, so to say, business to consumer or business to business. Yeah. Because it really divides where you should go and how you should go at it.
Yeah, and I mean, if I could give one last advice, I mean, I wouldn't say stupid, but of course we are at the moment trying to handle both B2B and B2C, and that's not really, really smart. I mean, the smartest thing is, of course, that you could see that we are B2B or we are B2B2C or whatever, and then just stick to that. But we are also in the middle of some sort of transformation forced by reality, and reality for us is how much money can you make, and we realize that at least in Sweden we can't really make any money on the B2C track, so we need to figure out how to make money somewhere else, and that's probably B2B outside Sweden.
Yeah. Great, thank you very much, Micael. Always very interesting in listening to you. We have been sitting down now, all of us here, for almost 1.5 hours. So I suggest that we all stand up, shake our booty a little bit, take a small jog in the room, and just stretch and take some deep breaths, and maybe open the window, get some new oxygen into the room. And I will welcome you, Josef. It's so exciting to have you here. We have worked together in the jury of Venture Cup. I have followed you on your 15-second pitches on LinkedIn, where I don't know how many hundreds of 15-second pitches you have done or created together with entrepreneurs. And now you are launching your new business, where you focus on this visual marketing as a tool. So Josef, the floor is yours, and share with us everything you know.
Thank you so much for that intro, and hi everybody, my name is Josef Fallesen. I'm the CEO and one of the founders of the tech startup Vaam, that stands for Video as a Message, and before I was a tech investor sitting in the same jury at Venture Cup, and I also did a format called 15-second pitch with 300 startups pitching in total, one every weekday. And before that, I founded and built up the largest entrepreneurial podcast, Business Podden, in the Nordics before, like a Dragon's Den. And a little fun fact is that I'm also one of the producers behind the new Swedish Dragon's Den. So so if you want to be in Dragon's Den for the next season, it's me and 1.5 person you should convince, and the floor is yours in front of hundreds of thousands of viewers. So this is quickly about me. I have done
Stop. Is Dragon Den running for a second season now in SVT? Is that what you just said?
Yes, and it's not a secret, so I can spell it out here. There will be a new season, and if you want to be in Dragon's Den, you should reach out to me in January, because then we will scout the new founders in there. So that's a fun fact. But yeah, now you have another thing talking with me going forward. But let's continue with video, because this has been the red thread for me for now 6 years, and not just selling with video, connecting with video, and social selling. And that is what this session is all about, how you will increase your business through video and more social communication. So I'm gonna be really concrete in just maybe 2 minutes, before I just need to be a bit high level and paint a picture, but then I will be really concrete and give you examples how you can use exactly video in which steps of your sales communication. And at the end, I have a quick surprise there, because everything I will tell you will mean nothing if I don't help you over the threshold with video also. But let's keep that for now. So, okay, why video? Because fact from Forbes, a receiver can take the message from a video up to 95% of it they can consume. But in a text or in an email, approximately 10%. You see the point here? Another fact, buyers and managers, this fact is from HubSpot, 80% of them will remember in the back end a video they saw the last month. I can guess that you all have gotten a LinkedIn text or an email and you forget about it 7 minutes later. And the last fact also, if you're working with sales like we all do here, because we are founders, we are hustlers, you need to build, you need to get investors, you need to get customers. They don't want to talk with you. Only maximum 20% of the market, of your market, relevant market, wants to talk with you because you want to sell. The rest, they don't want to talk to you. But here's a good catch. Of the 100%, 20 can talk with you. Yeah, this is interesting. But 60%, a big chunk, the biggest chunk, will and can talk to you if you help them over the threshold of, I have done some research. I am the research phase. And this is why Vaam or another type of video helps you here. Because with video, you can reach out to your prospects, investors, customers, and give them the feeling that they are already starting to research you, because they will see your face. They will maybe see something from a demo or on your web page or on a report, etc. And then they will start feel like, this guy also, this is actually something, yeah, it makes sense, because they get the feeling that they have more meat on the bone, and then you are much easier to get a meeting. And this is why I love video, because selling, this is my triangle now. You can laugh at it or not, but when you sell the top, I can't help you with the top. It's your USP, your value proposition. But the other part of selling bigger deals to investors, B2B, not small deals B2C, but every other business relationship, it's the value, the trust, and the likability at this corner. This is how business is done. Relationships, trust, value, likability. And Vaam, and video overall can help you with building more trust and building more likability. So let's jump into the 3 different ways how you should use this now when you hopefully see it a bit more like I see it. So use case number 1 for you in video, it's prospecting. Whether it's for partnerships, for customers, for investors, this is when you use video. And I need to have a low threshold here for you to get going, because we are humans and we are lazy. It's in our DNA. We need to keep our calories, because otherwise we run out on the step for 100,000 years ago. So we are lazy by nature. So I will make it really simple for you. In the first step here, and now I will share my screen. Let's see if it's possible for me to do that. Yeah, it's okay. I think you can see my screen now in like 2,
Yes.
1. Yeah.
Yes, perfect.
So
Thank
the first video, this is not a one taker, but this is, now I will use my own tool so you can see how simple it is, but you will be at your LinkedIn. You will have, I hope that you have at least some sort of LinkedIn profile, and then you will do like this. Just click start, do any video, but I prefer my own tool, of course. And then I start with one take and take this is an example. Okay, bear with me. Hi, thank you so much for connecting here at LinkedIn. This is a short video of me because I want to be both professional and more personal with you. So who am I? You can see it here. Josef, CEO and founder of Vaam. I love pitching, communication, sales, and I've worked within this field for the last 10 years. So if you are interested in video or communication or sales, let's talk more soon. See you in the flow. Bye. So this is something that click, and now I'm done, and now my Vaam open up here. So now I will go back to you. This is the first video I will suggest you to have, because you can reuse this. You just do one that you feel, okay, this is good enough. This I can go with. Margareta, yeah, this is good. This will work for me as Margareta. One time. And then with every new contact that you want to connect with a much deeper, because you heard the fact before, you send the text, hi, and here's a 28, 25, 30-second intro of myself. People will get the feeling of you much more, and you will be top of mind when you reach out to them again. So this is a simple hack where you can have one video, generic, just use it over and over, and I get so many leads and new relationships and contacts through that. The other example, yet still here, example 1, is also automated way of video. So I will share my screen once again, and now I will be at my web page. So I'm here at vaam.io, and you will be at your web page, and you will say something. Just start it and do your elevator pitch. So you will say, hi, I'm Josef. In your case, hi, I'm Albin, maybe. We are doing this. Like you can see here, we have helped so many people here. I want to have a meeting with you. Are you interested? Do you get a good feeling of me and what we do? Click here and book a meeting, and then you can link to the meeting. This type of elevator video, you also should have just one, because this is the first example of how you, through video and being more social, will generate so much more relationships, leads, and meetings, because people do business with people. So example number 1 is one video, generic, on your LinkedIn, and one video, elevator pitch, from your web page. And then you just copy paste on LinkedIn to the contacts. And on the emails, when you do cold outreach, copy paste, and you have a preview of your video. Click. I'm preferring Vaam, of course. Click, and
there are other video formats, platforms available. We have to be a little public neutral here. So yeah.
So you can use. I'm just so biased because of everything, but just having a video in your email and LinkedIn, copy paste, you will get much more responses, and they will get a feeling that they know you. So when you reach out again, you can get a meeting or the next step. And now continue to example number 2. And this is a bit one step further in your communication or customer or investor funnel. This is the step where you have maybe sent one text email. If you have their phone number, it's quite easy to find in the Nordic countries, people's phone numbers. You have called them. You have called them twice, 4 times. But another fact from Gartner, you need to reach a global buyer by phone 18 times before the average pickup. So here is example number 2. Here you use video to do it like this. So I have called Margareta 4 times, 3 times. I normally do like 3 times. No answer. Then I go and record either by your phone or by any tool out there, a short video and saying like, hi Margareta, this is Josef again. Because these ones you only send to the one that you have sent a preferred video before, or you have met somewhere. So you have some sort of relationship. Hi again, Margareta, this is Josef. I have now called you 5 times. No answer. And it's okay, I know that you're busy. We are all busy people here. But therefore, I want to be personal with you, and I want to make sure that my message gets through, the whole of the message. So therefore, I send you this personal video. The reason why I called you, and then you do the elevator pitch and send it either on LinkedIn or email, and you frame it on the email. I do this all the time. Apparently, it was a bad timing for my call, or if I called 5 times, I would say, Margareta, 5 missed calls. And then the guilt trip kicks in for the receiver, because everybody knows, oh shit, this is somebody that's struggling. What does he or she or the person want? And then they will at least open it and say, okay, okay, 30 seconds. I can give Margareta 30 seconds. I can give this Albin 30 seconds. Because the step to click on a video and play it 30, 90, 60 seconds compared to the normal way of selling. Hi, buy what I'm selling. Take a meeting with me now, 30 minutes. Why should I do that? I don't know so much. But with lowering the threshold, with the video, once again, building more trust, building more likability, and you can make sure that they hear and understand more what you want to pitch them. Boom. Then it's much more easier. I can promise you that many of the people you will send this type of video will reply to you and say either one of two options. Josef, I'm so sorry, it's crazy days right now. I've discussed this in turn, think about it. No, it wasn't of relevance. Sorry, I'm so sorry, I should have said this to her. Thank you. Then I know. Then I can move on with my list, etc. You need to have no's or yes, next step. The other option is, hi Josef, thank you so much. Sorry, it's been crazy. This is super interesting. Let's find a time. Can this work for you? Or call me this hour and I will add it in, etc. So this is the second option, how you use video and being more social when you sell and build relationships. So you are not a robot. So because it's so much more easier to shut you down if you are unknown number on the phone or a faceless email, a long email. Everybody hates long emails almost. So this is example number 2. And example number 3, this is maybe my favorite, because I and my users and customers get so much, almost 100% hit rate here. This is after you have getting your first meeting. After you have been here, you have hopefully wowed Margareta. You have clicked, because if you are a founder or working with business development, or say, you know how to handle people when you are live. So you have most likely, fingers crossed, had a great first meeting, but then the normal buying process kicks in. Because if you are talking with investors or B2B sales, there is not just one buyer. There are partners, there are other managers, CFOs, etc. And you need to get them on the train as soon as possible. So this is how you use video as the third and last example of my quick session here. You send it to, if I would have a meeting to Margareta, I would do it like this. Hi Margareta, and hi colleagues of Margareta. My name is Josef. I'm the CEO and founder of X, and me and Margareta had a wonderful session where we talked about X, Y, and Z, and why it's good for you. So I'm looking forward to take the next step in the dialogue. Hear from you soon. Why should you do this? Yes, because if you do it the old way of communication and selling, it will be most likely like this. I'm talking with Margareta, we click, and then Ebbinghaus curve kicking in. Ebbinghaus, the scientist, the forgetting curve kicks in. And this means that tomorrow Margareta has forgotten 65% of everything I said. And in just a few more days, she has forgotten 80%. Add up the human way of communication. That is just that she only heard 50% of what I told her. Only 50% of what you told her. So you are smart people. You know now, 50% times 80% forgetting, we are down at 10%. So then when she gonna pitch it to her colleagues 1 or 2 weeks later, she will pitch 10% of what I want them to hear. And she are not passionate about Vaam or your business. And yeah, most likely a partner or a colleague will say they will not get the picture, and then they will have a feeling like, no, what about this? And they will shut her down because she don't have the right answers. So instead, if you use video, you can make sure to in between 250 to 500% X the power of the communication that the receivers will hear, because Margareta will be happy because I told her, don't say anything, just play my 2 minutes video. Much easier. Then she don't need to stick her neck out. Check. And you can be yourself, build trust, build likability, and also make sure that you have a much better position to take the investment round, to take the customer round, buying process one step further. And then of course, you can use that more to just keep people in the loop. But this is the 3 really powerful ways of using video to massively increase the productivity of your communication and sales. Because I can't guarantee you more sales, but if you are more productive like 200 to 500 in my math example is actually 1000, 10x, but I'm more conservative, so I cut it with half. If you know by fact how we are humans are working, you will sell more, you will get more meetings, and this is because video crushes text every day in the week for the relationship building. Text are good, I love text, but the combination is the best.
How common is it using video? I have never received a video like what you are talking about. Never on LinkedIn. Never, yeah, basically anywhere. So how common is it now, or is it some a new trend, something that will be much more of in the future?
If I spin it like this, in just 7-8 years, a lot of market research point towards billions of people will communicate with this type of communication in maximum 8 to 10 years. And this is because millennials, my generation, I'm 28, and Generation Z, they are the Instagram, the Facebook, the TikTok, and the Snapchat generation. So they are already using video messaging for personal communication. And our generation, I can bet that many of you that now hearing me saying this also, you are in the millennial crowd. We are more used to video for the private communication. So now when people and players like me and Vaam and more come in, and other tools too, we are pushing the market faster. So everybody is, oh shit, if we're doing this in private, why not for work communication too? So right now it's still quite blue ocean. So if you are one of the few that will take action after this session, you will stand out. And that is even better from a point of view of reaching your customers or investors, because in just 2025, I read this article this morning, Gartner. They are saying that 80% of the whole sales process, of the whole sales communication will be video. Yes, 2025. So it's wrapping it up, and you that are here, you don't want to be late on the ball, I guess. You want to be an innovative company, and to be an innovative company, you need to use video. So this was the 3 examples I had, and at the end, but I'm not sure if I dare to.
Stop, because we have a comment here. Glenn, thank you for posting that your son, he sends up to 50 videos to friends per day. And your son is in this video age. When my daughter, she's 27 now, so she's a little bit younger or older than the Generation Z. When she was young, she and her friends, they were texting each other 50, 100, 200 times a day. And we parents, we thought they were crazy. And now they are obviously using videos instead. So something is definitely changing here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you, Glenn, for that comment to pointing out that it's just not me that is biased that's saying this, that actually the world is changing as we speak.
Mm-hmm. So please continue.
Yeah, so okay. The last step I always do in this session, but I'm not sure I'm daring, but I will throw it out there and you can shoot it down then. Because Vaam is a freemium version. We have a great free tool, and a part of our business model is to convert a few percent. So every session I do now, when I tell you the ways of using video, is that I always share my screen and then help you sign up for a free account so you can try it out. No strings attached. Use everything within free. And this is how I usually end it. So I show it and guide you through, because if I don't help you push you over the threshold with video, either mobile camera or Vaam, you will do nothing. I have been around now with video for a while, and rationally, you think like, parts of what you heard me say, at least, no, you didn't heard everything, but parts of what I said, it makes sense. But emotionally, some of you are like, oh shit, shall we record video? It sounds hard. So that's why I always ending by quick showing how you can get a free account and see with your own eyes. Oh, is it this easy? Quick. Go. Hi. So is it okay for you that we do this, or am I stepping on too many toes now if I would do it?
Well, I think it is okay that you do it, and then it is up to everyone to decide by themselves to use your platform or any other platform. Video as a communication tool is a new direction of where marketing will most probably, as you say, head. So why not be a step before the rest of the crowd? So go ahead, Josef.
Okay. We give it a quick try, and if you feel like, okay, I trust Josef a bit, I like him a bit, let's go. Follow my lead, and we will see if you will take action here. I hope so, but you can only hope. So okay, I will be here at this is a new tab. So I would, yeah, you see my tab. So I would, if you want to follow me now, go to vaam.io or vaam.se, and when you're here, get started. It's free. Click. Everybody wants free stuff nowadays. Nobody wants to pay too early. So you need to follow that journey. So when you're here, you see social proof from etc. And I will log in with you now if you're following this with a test email. Josef test and Vaam email. Yeah, this is to my email, but and just put the. So you can do that same if you are following me. Click continue. So when you do this, we need to know name, last name. What is your role? Yeah, I'm a founder. Click. So name, last name, founder, and that's it. And then you don't, if you do this with me right now, you don't have time to read the terms of service and privacy policy. But I can tell you that my co-founder Hampus, he was the CTO of Min Doctor. So he has been handling millions of people's private information. So he is a great trust capital, and he is really hard on, yeah, we need to have the best privacy. So either you trust me or not, but now I continue. Click. And now we are soon here. It all begins with our extension. Vaam is a Google Chrome extension. So if you're here, click. Yeah, Google, etc. I know this, you want to know cookies, etc. And when you are here, you will add our video and screen recorder. Lägg till, add, click. And now it's loading for like a few seconds, and then we are on the playing page. And this is where it gets fun, because now we and you are gonna record a first Vaam. And this is just a test. This won't be good. We know, you know. And this is just click. And then Google will ask you for allowing the microphone so they can hear the words. Click. Camera will come the second in the second take. I press start recording. I share the screen. And now, like I told you, this is for mostly millennials and Gen Z. So it's dancing with polar bears with 100% recyclable gifts, etc. And I could share the screen, I can roll around, and this is just a test. So click, green mark. We are ready here, and now I have with you live recorded my first video as a message, and you will pop up. Click here. Change the name if you want, because yeah, this is important. Test and share. Green button, share. Copy link if you send it on LinkedIn. Copy GIF. That's a preview if you send it on email. We will clean this also, so it's just these two. But copy link, click, and you add it on LinkedIn, or copy GIF, click, and you add it together with some text in email. So this is how you distribute this type of videos as previews, and then click, they will come to your player. You will get the stats, and it's like seconds to do this once you're up. So the last step here is I always do like this. Ask people to open here, the plus sign, puzzle sign, pin it so it's easy to go. And then when you do this the second time, we need the camera allow. And now you can see that my video popped up here. The video player with the camera is in free. Yeah. So now we are going. So when you are done with this, if you do it quickly, 60-second journey, then you have Vaam pinned here. And now when I want to say something to Margareta or to any of you, I just pop it here, say what I want to say, show my screen, or just have no background, and send it quickly in seconds. And this is why people love to use video or Vaam for sure. But thank you so much for following. I hope that some of you are feeling like, okay, this was easy way. But most of all, I don't care if you use Vaam or if you use a competitor of us. I care that you jump on video, because video is the next big thing. Either you will be working with video, or you will, how can I say this in a nice way, not
Say it your way.
you will be crushed by competitors that are more faster, that are more personal, that are building more trust. So yeah, using Vaam, other video, get on the video train. And now we have a comment here. Where is my colleagues as a starter? Marianne, yeah, that sounds great, Marianne. So yeah, this what I had to offer you, and I want to remember you again. Reach out to me regarding Dragon's Den. The opportunity out there, keep me top of mind. January, I will be out there and looking for founders like you. So Dragon's Den in January, video for automated in emails and LinkedIn. Number 2, when they don't pick up on the phone, just say hey and put your face there. And number 3, after I'm meeting Marianne or Glenn, to sum up and get other people get a feeling for you too. So yeah, if you have any questions, please ask them. I don't know how much time I get to have left.
Oh, that's we're still on the safe side. Yeah. Thank you very much, Josef. I invited you, even though I knew that you were going to talk about your platform quite a lot. But I invited you so that you can show that this is something that is going to happen. Because I believe you when you say that this change, this transformation will happen. The report that was published yesterday about the digital, how the digital solutions differ in age groups, etc. The young kids, they think that this digital communications that is going on in their world is just equal to a personal meeting.
Yeah.
So video communication is going to be very, very strong in the future, especially when these kids grow up. I might be too old to figure out how it works, but still, yeah. And as I said, there are other video platforms available as well. And I think they are equally simple or almost equally simple as yours. Alexander wrote here, when working in the medical industry, clients, buyers aren't always the first to jump on new things. Some tips on making a Vaam video looking professional and to the point?
Yeah, then I would say, even if you have Vaam or a competitor of ours, they don't need to have Vaam. So you record the video you want to send, and then you distribute it to the normal way of communicating with. So if you call them, get nothing, you can send it through a text. If you email them, you can send it, and people are curious. So even though they are conservative, if they will see, okay, this is a short video, people love to receive videos, so they won't use video for sure. You are 100% right there, but they will at least say like, okay, Alexander, and maybe they won't even tell you, but the limbic brain that are more emotional will starting to like you more, and this is crucial for you in your business. So I would frame it with this type of customers. You should be overly clear, like, okay, first in text, I always send in text also. Hi, Johan. Hi, Anna. I reach out to you because X, Y, Z, and to really present my way in a professional way, I have added a quick video and then they will see the play button, click, and then they will see it. So this is how I would do it. So they will feel like, oh, calm, you're not crazy, but you are going the extra mile.
Perfect. I think fast forward 10 years from now, we will be so sick and tired of all these video messages that is popping up everywhere, where in the LinkedIn flow and in my email box and the text and everywhere. But right now, there are basically no videos out there in this way of communication and selling, presenting yourself in a trustworthy way, because you decide what you say. Depending on the situation that you want to communicate from. So yeah, I think we're onto something here. Thank you very much, Josef. We will share your contact info for sure, and then it's up to everyone to jump somewhere else.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very much.
See you in the LinkedIn flow.
Yes.
Ciao.
And thank you very much, all of you that has participated here in the HealthTech Nordic community meeting. Today we focused upon sales from different perspectives. Using the insurance platform, Cura Link, could be one way of reaching a new business area, maybe, through the insurance companies. How to build your brand, what to think of. Going from business to consumer, to business, or if you're somewhere in between, there are different ways to go at it. Learning to sleep shared their experience. And finally, a little sneak peek for the future with video. And as you say, Glenn, here, that it would be interesting if I, as a patient, could record my signs and symptoms and send it to a health provider. We're not there yet, but I'm sure that we will get there. Taking pictures we can do. I'm fairly, at least if we're talking to the more modern platforms, not my Vårdcentralen over here. But it will be an exciting future for us all. Our next community meeting is scheduled for the November 18th. So keep an eye out in Slack and in your email boxes. And that's all, folks, for today. I wish you all a nice Thursday afternoon and Friday, and a nice weekend. And good luck with your businesses. Bye-bye, everyone.